There are around 50,000 hotels in the USA with an average room price of $160 a night. 10 years ago, in 2016, it was $120. But if you exclude cheap, dirty motels, the real average is way higher. In New York, for example, the average is around $350. That's insanely expensive. And if you've never stayed at a hotel here in America, I'm gonna surprise you even more, because that's not the total price. At about 14% of the room rate in occupancy tax, there is also my favorite, the authorization block, often another $100 for incidentals. I know it's a temporary hold, but it's still my money that I could spend on my vacation. On top of that, be ready to pay $20 to $60 a night to park your car, sometimes even more. Then there are extras if you take something from the minibar, on top of resort fees, paying for a sunbed, and tipping housekeeping. Thank you for giving me towels for free. This is the map of available hotels in my area. As you can see, the cheapest one is $86. Most of them are $200, but it's DC, not a small town somewhere in Montana, so it's expensive here. Oh, it's $86 on a third-party website and $100 on the official hotel website. And this whole situation with accommodation booking platforms is questionable, because look at the hotel, $200. Click on it. Why the price is so much cheaper on these sketchy websites? Because the official one has this room for $269, which turns to $355 with taxes and fees.
Las Vegas Magic. Excalibur Hotel Casino's second birthday celebration. All rooms $35.
Resort fees began being charged in the late 90s, but the main word here is resort. If you're just a hotel in the downtown with a small indoor pool and 3 treadmills, you can't call yourself a resort, but somehow you still want to charge me for these luxury amenities. By 2018, over 70% of all hotels began charging resort fees. And if before this fee was $10, now in Hawaii, the fee is around $50 a night. Same in Vegas, $30-50 a day easily. The main problem here, these fees are not shown up front. As you can see here, this price is not total. States are starting to crack down on these fees. California passed a law in 2023. Hotels can't advertise a low nightly rate and then add mandatory fees later. They have to include all mandatory fees in the advertised price. So open Google, search for hotels. This one is $250 per night, and I kind of already know it's the price on one of those not very trustworthy platforms. Well, now it's $280 if I want to book it directly. Let's crack it down. Destination fee, $40. Then I need to pay tax on that fee, a tax on a fee, $7 anyway. Also like $5 for tourism something, and my favorite, occupancy tax, $33. As you can see, the room rate is $240, and then there is like $90 in taxes and fees. That's almost 40% on top of the room price. And if you think these are one-time fees, hell no. You're gonna be charged that extra $90 for every day you're staying there. That's just outrageous. Why do European countries charge only like $3-5 euros per night, and not every hotel anyway? Why don't Asian countries make me pay 30% of the room rate in these stupid fees? I cannot talk about every country, but as much as I know, no hotels other than American ones charge us, customers, that much. If there are fees, they must be included in the price shown on search results. That's how it works everywhere else, but not in America. I don't drive a car, and I don't even know how, but every time I travel with friends who drive, we have to pay for parking, obviously. Parking used to be one of those things you barely even thought about. In a lot of American hotels, especially outside the big cities, it was just free. You pulled up, parked your car, and and that was it. But in the last couple of decades, hotels figured out something simple. Parking is easy money. Parking revenue makes about 4% of total hotel revenue. Not a huge amount, you can say. But the parking profit margin is around 60%, meaning if a hotel spends $10,000 on it, they get $6,000 back. If you've been to Vegas, you know how much hotels charge there to park your car. But for years, parking was free at almost every major hotel and casino on the Strip. You could just pull in and park, but in 2016, guess who? MGM Resorts started charging for parking at all of their properties. Bellagio, MGM Grand, Caesars, you name it. The fee was around $18 to $25 per night at the start. Now it's $40 easily. Plus, don't forget to leave tips if it's valet. That's how something that used to be normal and free became just another fee on the bill. The main reason why hotels are so expensive in America is because they don't really need you as a regular traveler. They absolutely don't rely on you at all. They depend on companies that have budgets to spend. A huge part of the hotel business is corporate travel. Companies, government agencies, and big organizations send their workers on business trips every day, and they pay for the stay. In the US, business travel spending reached $317 billion in 2025, and it's forecast to grow to $319 billion in 2026. Is it a lot? Well, global business travel spending reached $1.47 trillion in 2024 and is projected to hit $1.70 trillion in 2026. So Americans' part is about 20% of all business trips. When a company sends someone on a work trip, they're not usually the one paying. The company is. And companies don't usually care as much about the price of the room. They care about location, convenience, loyalty programs, and meeting deadlines. If your boss says, you need to be in this meeting in Chicago on Tuesday and the travel budget is $300 a night, you're not going to say, you're not going to say, actually, I'll stay at a $90 motel 3 hours away. You're going to book the hotel near the office because you're not spending your money. And that's the key. Business travelers are less price sensitive. So hotels know there's always someone who has to book, no matter what the rate is. And that's why the prices can stay high. It's not just about what tourists are willing to pay. It's about what corporations and government agencies will pay. When rates go up, business travelers still book. When fees go up, business travelers still pay. When parking is $70 a night, they still park. And because of this, hotels can keep prices high. They know there's always demand from companies that have budgets to spend. That's the real reason hotels in the USA can stay expensive while still feeling outdated and full of fees. It's not just about the average tourist. It's about the system that keeps the rooms filled at a high price, no matter what. I feel like this mini fridge thing deserves extra attention because it's crazy. It's totally fine to charge for water. It's totally fine to charge for soda. It's totally fine to charge for candies or whatever was taken from the fridge. No questions here, right? If you consume something, you pay for it. That's basic. But $26 for a single bottle of Fiji water? Are you out of your mind there? Take 10, I don't know, 15, which is anyway crazy, but not 26 for a single bottle of water. That's not a price, that's a joke. And you don't even have to eat anything to get charged. You can just take a can of soda out of the fridge in the middle of the night and replace it next morning, because now they got sensors. Even if I take anything out of the fridge just to, I don't know, let's say check what it is, Pepsi or cola, and put it back, I'll still be charged. If you move a bottle, shift an item, or put your own drink inside, the hotel will still bill you. That's the new normal. But hotels are so generous, you know? If you don't want to buy a $10 snack or drink their water for 20 bucks, you can just ask for a mini fridge for personal use for a daily fee. Sometimes it's free if you make a call and wait an hour or two. And by the way, they don't always give it. Sometimes they say no. And what I personally don't understand is people defending this crap. Oh, you're just poor. Oh, just call the front desk, they'll bring you one. Oh, if you actually accidentally just touch things inside, they'll remove the charge. I don't want to go to that trouble. I already paid for every possible thing in this room. Let me enjoy my vacation. What's the point of paying $200 a night if I still have to ask permission to use the fridge? And what's the next? Are you gonna charge me for the microwave per minute? If you, as a customer who actually pays high, you kinda expect high service, right? No. Imagine paying $200 a night and then at a check-in, not seeing a real receptionist, like a physical body. Instead, there is an iPad kiosk and a remote person on a screen who's sitting somewhere in the Philippines or India, checking you in via video call. Absolutely no shade to those people. They're not the one who came up with the idea. They're just making money, way less money than a real receptionist would get paid from the hotel. Great idea to reduce operating costs, but excuse me, are the rooms cheaper now? Because as a hotel, you don't need to pay $20 per hour. Now you pay like what, $2? $5? The hotel saves money, cuts staff, and calls it convenience. Convenience for who? Self-check-in with your phone is kind of a great idea. I personally like it. However, I still need someone on the property in case of issues and questions. But with these virtual agents, what if I check in at midnight and there is no towel in the room? Is the guy going to bring me a towel from the middle of Asia or what? And now even housekeeping is turning into a trade. Some hotels offer you points, a drink voucher, or a food credit if you keep cleaning for a day. They sell it like it's about sustainability, eco-friendly shit. But let's be honest, it's also saved them labor, water, and money. In other words, you're helping them cut costs and they give you a tiny voucher in exchange. Eco runs the Skip the Clean program. For each day you choose not to have your room cleaned, they give you 100 reward points. Guess how much that is in dollars? 10? Maybe 5? No, $2. Thank you, but I want my towels to be fresh. So now we are not just overpaying for their room, we're helping them save money too. And talking about room cleaning, now we have QR codes in rooms to tip the housekeeping staff. Housekeeping is part of the room fee, but now they're making it feel like an extra service you should get as a reward. Are they saying they won't clean my room well enough if I don't tip? Don't be ridiculous. That's not hospitality. That's just another way to make you pay more. I won't be surprised if in 5 years they start charging us just for cleaning. If they can make us tip, why not make us pay? I probably should stop giving them ideas. I don't even want to talk about the fact that I need to call the front desk for a toothbrush now. Sometimes they give it, sometimes they tell me to buy it at a front desk. I don't want to be scared to open the mini fridge, because if the sensor accidentally goes off, I'll be charged $15 for taking their water. I don't want to be put on hold for hours when I call customer service. All I want is to feel like a guest, relax, and not think about anything. Unfortunately, that's the hotel industry now. Higher prices, fewer services, and you are the one who has to fight for every little thing. What do you guys think about hotel prices? Do you have wild stories when you were hit with unwelcoming hospitality? Do you agree? You don't? Either way, share your thoughts because I know I'm not alone in this. Subscribe if you like this video, and until the next time.